Can you break it down for us and tell us how DHS is preparing for such a large event like the DNC? We know it's all hands on deck for local authorities. We get that part. But what are some of the biggest threats or challenges that the department faces and will be looking out for?
Well, certainly they're going to be looking at any type of intelligence, specifically credible intelligence that says that there's a specific threat against the DNC itself. But this is an event, much like the RNC, that DHS, along with its state and local partners, have been preparing for over 4 years. So it's going to be, obviously, there's going to be a robust law enforcement presence there. And just like we saw at the RNC in Milwaukee, you're going to see numerous security checkpoints. You're going to be seeing a lot of the folks coming in, being checked heavily by law enforcement. And you're also going to see protesters, which we saw in Milwaukee as well, being able to exercise their First Amendment rights and protest adequately as well.
Mr. Wolf, though, will we actually see protesters if they're not near the convention site? I mean, there's been a huge fight over the designated protest area at the DNC, and protesters are fighting for that to be expanded. They're asking for an appeal to that judgment. How does law enforcement prepare for the very real possibility that the zone extension is approved or that the zone is breached?
Well, look, law enforcement is preparing for all possibilities, all eventualities, not only for what is planned and what's permitted, but obviously what can happen in the spur of the moment as well. So they're going to have law enforcement assigned to certain areas, certain intersections, certain streets there around the DNC, but they're also going to have roaming patrols as well. So again, it's going to be pretty robust. Obviously, you're going to have the sitting vice president there and others. So you're going to see a pretty good, sizable, visible presence from law enforcement. As far as the protesters go, look, they're going to be heavily covered by the media and by the press and elsewhere. I'll leave it to local officials to decide what's the right route, what's the right staging area for those protesters. But we saw very similar staging at the RNC in Milwaukee. Absolutely,
we did, particularly after the events in Butler, Pennsylvania. How much do you believe that plays into how groups are being sure to not only coordinate together the different law enforcement agencies on how they approach the DNC next week?
Well, I think obviously that tragic event in Butler has probably re-energized the Secret Service. So what you often see in these areas is you have an event like that and you almost see an overreaction by law enforcement, Secret Service, and others to make sure that they do more to show the American people that they're on top of making sure that they can protect not only the folks speaking at the DNC, but all of the delegates and all of the individuals attending the DNC as well. So I think you'll see that again. We saw that in Milwaukee shortly after the assassination attempt, and you'll see it at the DNC as well.
And you have done this long enough and understand how this works. If you are a protester or a demonstrator, what does success look like in this particular scenario?
Well, success, well, it depends on your perspective. Like if you're a protester there at the DNC, you're obviously going to be permitted to go and protest in a certain area. I think the issues are going to arise when those protesters want to move outside of that permitted area where they're allowed to protest. They want to get closer to the DNC facilities. They want to get closer to the delegates. They want to put more pressure on that. I think that's when you're going to start to see a little bit more of an interface with law enforcement. You'll likely see more arrest at that point because they have been permitted to stay in a certain area. And as long as they stay there and exercise that First Amendment right there, you usually don't see any problems. It's when they start moving outside of that area, start getting closer and closer to delegates and other folks, intimidation and other things that they might do. That's where you'll see law enforcement get involved.
And Mr. Wolf, I have less than 30 seconds, but wrap this up for me. You do celebrate and you all support the idea of the First Amendment right to protest, but this is also an exercise in keeping demonstrators and those attending safe, correct?
Well, 100%, right? You want to keep everyone safe. Someone's First Amendment right doesn't impede on someone's ability to get to and from the DNC, the facilities there, and making sure that they're safe. So you'll always see what we normally see is the vast majority of protesters being perfectly fine, exercising that First Amendment right. What we often see is there's a small minority of those protesters that want to take it and get a little bit more violent, get a little bit more aggressive, and then that's where law enforcement needs to come in and exercise their authority to keep everyone else safe as well.
Mr. Wolf, when you make it to the Windy City next week, we are inviting you to come in to Morning in America. We would love to have you in studio. Chad Wolf, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.